All right, market update here on the 3rd. Go ahead and do an update here at midday, basically. Starting here with a random stock I just bought into, which is Starbucks. The reason I bought into this is it is really oversold. It is about to go oversold on the weekly. And you can see here about every 2 years it goes oversold. Literally back to 2018, and then it bounces right back. So that's one reason I bought. On the daily, it's oversold historically as well, down to 20 on the daily. You can see here, and that might be the most actually ever. I think that's the most oversold it's ever been. Another reason I bought into it, so there's 2 reasons. Third reason, this hit the 1.61 fib. So this could be a third wave. Looking at this whole structure, this could be going much lower, but I would think there'd be a bounce first. Maybe something like that. Maybe come up here and fill the gap at 87, I'm not sure. But those are a few different reasons why I got into the stock. And then the last reason is that it is in daily demand. So you can see here we hit this demand zone back here. This little dip here hit this demand zone, and then this has gone straight to the demand zone. That's the last demand zone I see on the chart. There was one a little bit above that, but it went through that. So those are a few different reasons why I'm in the stock. It has the gap fill from the gap down here at 87 bucks. And so I'm looking for, let's just say this is a third wave. Look for a bounce back up to 81 bucks, potentially all the way up here to 87 bucks. I only bought 250 shares, so that would make me like what, like maybe $1,500 or $2,000. So that's my thesis on it. If it does break below 72.13, then I might cut it just because at that point. But then again, this looks like it's almost finished. And on the daily, look where you're at. So there's a bunch of different reasons why I bought it. I think it's a pretty good buy here. And I think it's at like a forward PE of like 18 right now. Looks decent on the fundamentals. I'm not an expert on fundamentals, but I know the forward PE of 18 is not really that bad. So they had crappy earnings, but we'll see what happens with it. So that's Starbucks. That's my swing play. Another one that I was looking at too that had bad earnings is Net. I thought it would go to 75 yesterday. It did. But now that it's broken through all of this area, I think it's headed down here to 62 bucks. That would be my area to buy, between 64 and 65 bucks. Overall, this is more than likely in a C wave down, and that's going to take it much lower, potentially all the way down here. It'll probably take a while, and it could bounce higher. If it bounces higher, then the price target wouldn't be as low, but just the structure of this move suggests that it's going to go much lower. But I'd be in for a bounce at 62 to 65 bucks. Really hot here. Tesla. Tesla's kind of tough right here. Again, the last video I made, I said that it's just kind of in between these supply and demand. I haven't done anything on this stock today. I'm holding puts, I'm holding calls, and I'm holding sold puts. Waiting to see which way it breaks. Really hard to tell what this is at this point. Sideways, up, down, sideways, like who knows at this point. I was trying to make sense of it and I stopped trying. If I had to guess, I would say it's probably going to go up, but it looks like it's going to go down. But I think the market's going to go up, so I don't know. We're just working between these two zones. You have a gap fill at 193. You have a gap fill at 169. I'm waiting for one of those extremes to hit. And I'm not worried about holding puts and calls because I still think at some point this is going to hit 168, even if it comes up here to 193 first. So if it comes up here, I'll be selling my long positions and probably adding to my puts. Comes down here, I'll sell my puts and probably add to my long positions. So that's my thought on Tesla. Overall, I think it's going higher. So the more risky play would be to add to my puts up here. So I'll make sure that it's not like making an impulse move up here. If it's a corrective move, then that'd be a great add up here. But overall, just kind of waiting to see what happens. I'm gonna keep Starbucks on here. All right, so now let's go over Apple, which is the big one today. I got lucky on this one. I bought before earnings. I sold a covered call, used that premium, and I bought some 5, 10, 180 calls, which are up huge today. And the thing about Apple, though, is it did hit this daily supply zone and fill this gap right here at 187. So, in my opinion, this has got to be a third wave. So I think it is. It should be. It's got to be a third wave. So if it's a third wave, then this is complete right here. This C wave down is complete. There it is. Finally complete after starting in July of 2023. So that makes this whole structure either A, B, C like that, or we're working on a third wave. The only reason I sold is because whenever it gets above the standard deviation, then I'm always cautious because that just means it's overextended. It could come all the way up here to like 190 and then pull back, but I don't think it's going to pump like straight up here like this. There's going to be some kind of pullback here soon. So maybe this ends up making a move like this, maybe like the low 190s. Let's just see how this would work. That's probably what's going to happen, to be honest. It's probably going to pull back here, and then next week pump. And then the reason I say that is it's above all the moving averages now, but to hold 181, which is a 200 DMA, it needs to get up to like 190 to 195, and then it can pull back, and then it can do that. This will adjust. If it pulls back and it takes like a month or two, this will adjust. So that's what I'm looking for on Apple. It hit daily supply. I sold everything. I'll just wait this out and I'll wait for a pullback. There should be a pullback coming probably in the next like week or two. Microsoft making a move higher here. And this is probably similar to Apple, I would think, at this point. Maybe something like that. Pull back into the end of May and then take off like that. So I think we're probably in a first wave of the final move up, basically. Let's go over the indexes. So this is what I thought was going to happen. We're going to go up here to 515 to 519. We were in demand. This could be wave A. Maybe we pull back like this. Something like that. Or it could just keep on going straight up into next week. So we'll see if we get a pullback first like that. It could be WXY. It could be ABC. ABC would be 5 waves. WXY would be an ABC, ABC, ABC. So look for up here. And then again, I'm still looking for this. I think. If something changes, I'll let you know. There's a chance it could be the bottom right here, and this is a nested move. This would have to be possible, but I don't think so. I think we're gonna have another pullback. So that's my thoughts on SPY up here to 515, 519. QQQ already hit one of my targets, weekly supply right here. It backed off. I still think it's probably going to go higher, at least to 441. You have a gap fill at 445. But this could end up being pretty quick. We could be hitting this next, maybe like next Tuesday or Wednesday. And then start making that move down. The dollar is falling though, pretty substantially. I said in one of the videos before that if it breaks below this, it's probably not a 5-wave move higher. We're probably heading down now, and that's exactly what's going on. So this is what I think we're headed towards. So I guess you could probably get like a wave 1 down here and then a sharp pullback like that, and then so it did end up working out where it didn't break above 107.37. It looks like looks good to me. So look for this six-month demand down at 97 bucks to be hit in the next probably in the next. Well, I was projecting April. This is probably going to take into the fall now. So this could last 8 months. So maybe actually like June, July, August, something like that. Maybe we're finished by then. So this could be pretty quick. That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful here. This could be like the melt up starting right now, where everything just goes parabolic. That's why I'm going to be careful on my puts on Tesla too, just in case it does something stupid and goes right through this. NEO, I went over that last time. AMD has a nice bounce to 156. BA 179, it invalidated that fourth wave. So BA is good to go. You got to watch out though for this going to 200 and then selling off for a third wave down. So this could be taking a while. You could get something like you can get something up here to like 182. Could end up being 5 waves too. But let's just say 182 to 185-ish. And then you're probably going to get some chop. It's a pretty big move. You're probably going to get some chop for a long time, maybe into the end, and then maybe move up here. I don't think I'm just making sure that this is not so my thoughts were that this was ABC or WXY like this, but it might also be like this. Where did this go to? 160. That would take this up to like 270, which is actually the top right here. So you could get something up here on Boeing. I could have been wrong about this being the first wave down. We'll see how it develops. But you can see this going up here to like 289 or so, potentially. It would have to be an ABC move. So A, and then that would make this finished. So I'm not sure. There's 2 different ways it can play out. It can also be this too. Second wave, and then you're moving down here like that. Either way, overall it's bearish. Right now, bullish. You're probably moving to a minimum of 200 bucks. I think that's it for right now. Leave me a comment. Is there any stocks you want me to look at? Let me know in the comments. Probably done for today. I might watch Starbucks a little bit more. But I was pretty much done at the open with Apple. And that's pretty much it. Actually, NVDA, real quick, one more. I cut this yesterday, and I bought Apple instead. It worked out. I still made money, but I was looking for like 920 on this. And I have it all drawn up here. This could have been the bottom right here, and this is going to go all the way to 960. Pull back, 1,000, pull back, 964, and then 1,100. It's possible. We're going to find out here soon, but this pulled back to the 0.38 fib. So now I don't really see any reason for this to do that. That'd be too far of a pullback. So this might be have already started the final move up. I think we probably only have maybe 3 months with the market before it starts falling. Maybe it falls into the election, and then we get a pullback. Maybe it falls before the election, then pulls back into the election, and then the election, after the election, it falls harder. We'll see how it goes. That's pretty much it for this video. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe if you're not already. Let me know if there's any stocks you want me to look at. And that's it. Have a good weekend.